सुधागड एज्युकेशन सोसायटीचे पूर्व प्राथमिक, प्राथमिक, माध्यमिक व उच्च माध्यमिक विद्यालय कळंबोली मराठी, हिंदी, इंग्रजी, उर्दू माध्यम यांच्या सौजन्याने शैक्षणिक व्हिडिओमध्ये आपलं सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे.
Hello friends, myself Singade SR. Today we are going to discuss about the 12th Science Biology chapter number 3. The name of chapter is Inheritance and Variation. Inheritance and variation. This is related to the genetics. So what is the genetics? Genetics is a branch of biology. Genetics is a branch of biology that deals with the study of these two factors, inheritance and variation. Means in genetics, we will study about the inheritance and variation. So what about the inheritance? Inheritance means, in another word, we can say heredity. Heredity. So what is the heredity? Heredity is the transmission of genetic information. Transmission of genetic information from one generation to next generation. Transmission of genetic information from one generation to next generation means transmission of genetic information from parents to offsprings. In another word, we can say the transmission of information from our parents. Parents means our parents to offsprings. Offsprings, the product of the parents. So how the characters are transferred? How the characters are transferred from one generation to next generation means how the character transfer from parents to their offsprings. That is called as a inheritance, or in another word, it also called as a heredity. So the Mendel is the person who studied about the inheritance first time. Because of that, Mendel is also known as pioneer of the genetics. So Mendel studied how the characters transfer from one generation to next generation with the help of one experiment, that is very well known experiment, hybridization experiment. So in his experiment, he studied about how the character transfer as well as how the variation occurs in the characters. So second part of the genetic, that is variation. So what is the variation? We use this word very commonly, variation. So what is the variation? As far as our topic is concerned, the variation means dissimilarities between parents and offsprings. Means how the differences occurs between the parents and their childs. Normally we are differ from our parents in the skin color, in respect to the hair pattern, hair color. So that is the variation. So how the variation occurs in parents and offsprings, and how the character transfer from one generation to next generation. This is the genetics. So our main concept, that is the Mendel's experiment. How the Mendel study how the characters are transferred from one generation to next generation. So when Mendel studied about the hybridization experiment, he carried out experiment on the garden pea plant. That is also botanical name of that plant is Pisum sativum. So there are some factors behind the success of Mendel. So what are the reasons of the Mendel success? See the first point. Mendel studied the inheritance of the 7 traits of pea plants. Traits in the nothing but the characters. Okay. So and he proceeded the data mathematically and statistically. Means quantitative as well as qualitative. He kept the record up to the 3 generations. This is the one of the most important reasons behind his success. Second one, he also postulated the principles of heredity, which then become the law of heredity. Later on we will discuss about this law. So when he studied about the heredity, he postulated the principles. After that principles converted into the laws of the heredity. Third reason, his experiment were carefully planned and involved large samples in the but ample crosses. He made ample crosses to reduce the chance factor. ऐसा नहीं कि एक क्रॉस किया और रिजल्ट दे दिया, नहीं. So he made many crosses, he made ample crosses to reduce the chance factor, and finally he gave the results in the form of ratio. So when study about the genetic, Mendel selected the 7 pairs of contrasting characters. It's here. The 7 different characters in pea plant were controlled by a single factor. The factors are located on separate chromosomes, and these factors are located on separate chromosomes are transmitted from one generation to the next generation in pea plant. And finally, another one reason is there, he also introduced the concept of dominance and recessiveness. In Mendel's character, one character is dominant, other character is recessive, and so these are the some factors behind the Mendel's reasons. So when we say the factors, so now factors are called as the genes. According to the Mendel, the factor is nothing but the genes. One another person is there. According to him, the traits are not inherited physically. Traits means the character, particular character is not inherited physically, but something present inside the gametic cell. Gametic cell is nothing but germ cells. So trait is not responsible for the inheritance physically, but something is present. Something is present inside the gametic cells that is called as the factors. Means factor is responsible for the transmission. Factor is responsible for inheritance. Okay, and factors are particular in nature, means they are specific in their nature. Particular factor which is responsible for the inheritance, and now these factors are called as a genes. These factors are now termed as a genes. Okay, so when we study about the genetics, we need to study the various terms, various concepts in the genetics. First one is the character. We say the character. So when we say the Mendel selected 7 pairs of characters, so what is the characters? For example, height of stem, skin color, hair color, hair pattern, these are the characters. So character is a specific feature of an organism. When we say the plant is tall, when we say the plant is dwarf, so tallness, dwarfness means height. So height is a character. Second terminology है factor. So what is a factor? Factor is a unit of heredity. Factor is a unit of heredity. A particle which present in the organism, a particular particle present in the organism which is responsible for the transmission, which is responsible for the inheritance and expression of that particular characters. So factor means a particular unit of transmission, unit of heredity, which is responsible for the expression and inheritance of that particular characters. Next terminology, that is the gene. Gene is a very important concept. Gene is a segment of DNA, piece of DNA, which is responsible for inheritance and expression of that particular character. When we say, see, very simple example is there. Each and every human being have a particular hair pattern. Some persons having curly hair, some person having very straight hair. Okay, so what is the reason behind that? The reason behind that, that is a gene. Each and every person having a particular genetic material, and these genes responsible for that particular character. Because of that, each and every person shows the different characters. Suppose my hair is straight, some another person hair is with curly hair. So that is the reason behind that. Gene is a particular segment of a DNA which is responsible for inheritance and expression of that particular character. Means gene is a factor. Gene is the factor which is responsible for inheritance of characters. That is a segment of DNA, piece of DNA. Okay. Next terminology, traits. Example, tall or dwarf. When we say the person is tall, person is dwarf, yeah, when we say the person is with a bright skin color, the particular person is with black color, so that is the black or dark color. In consider with respect to the height, when we say the tall, so tall, dwarf, these are the traits. So when Mendel selects 7 pairs of characters, he considered the traits like a dwarf, tall, colored flower, colorless flower, such as. So next term, that is the alleles. Allele, also called allelomorphs. So what is the meaning of allele? The allele is nothing but the 2 or more alternative forms. 2 or more alternative forms of a given factor. Factor is also called as a gene. पहले क्या कहा था? Factor. Now factor is called as a gene. So what is allele? Allele is the 2 or more alternative forms of a particular given gene or also called as a factor of each other. And these alleles occupy a particular locus, place on a homologous chromosomes. So allele is a short form of allelomorphs. Allelomorph and allele are the same words. Allele is a short form of allelomorph, and these alleles are present on the same locus. See the diagram. In these chromosomes, these are the homologous chromosomes, and these allele 1, this is allele 2. So allele is nothing but the two alternative forms of a given gene. Next concept is dominant and recessive. Dominant is generally expressed as a capital letter. Recessive is expressed as a corresponding small letter. Suppose tall is dominant, so it is denoted by capital T, and recessive is dwarf. So if the tall is denoted by capital T, so dwarf is a recessive of the height of stem, so it is denoted by small t. So this is not a only small t, this is a corresponding small t. Means if the tall is capital T, so dwarf will be the corresponding small t. Tall का t लिया तो dwarf का d नहीं है. So tall is t, so dwarf is corresponding t. Means जो capital है उसका ही small आना चाहिए. That is called corresponding t. So what is the meaning of dominant and recessive? Dominant is an allele that express its trait even in the presence of an alternative allele. That is both heterozygous condition. What is recessive? Recessive is not expressed in presence of alternative alleles. Another concept is that dominant is nothing but it is expressed in F1 generation, while recessive is not expressed in F1 generation. This is another concept. What is first? Dominant is expressed by capital letter, recessive is expressed by corresponding small letter. Dominant is expressed in F1 generation, recessive is not expressed, or another word suppressed, not expressed or suppressed in F1 generation. See here, allele is expressed in F1 generation. The allele that not expressed in F1 generation is called recessive. So in simple word, dominant means the allele which expressed in F1 generation. The allele which expressed in not expressed in F1 generation is called recessive character. Next concept is phenotypic and genotypic. When we say the tall plant is tall, we can say the plant is tall, but how we can say the genotype of that particular? So see, this is the meaning. The external appearance of individual of any trait. External appearance. External appearance means दिखता कैसे है. Plant को देख के हम बता सकते हैं the plant is tall, either dwarf. So that is called phenotypic. What about the genotypic? Genotypic is the genetic constitution or genetical makeup. आपको plant को बता के नहीं, देख के नहीं बता सकते कि plant का genetical makeup क्या है. हमें उसका जेनेटिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मालूम होना, दैट इज द जीनोटाइप. सो जेनेटिक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और जेनेटिक मेकअप ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म इज कॉल्ड एज द जीनोटाइप, एंड एक्सटर्नल अपीयरेंस ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर कैरेक्टर और ट्रेट इज कॉल्ड एज द phenotype. So phenotypic is observable and determined by the different combinations. वो दिखता है, plant is tall or dwarf, flower is colored or colorless, flower is axillary or terminal. We can observe it. In genotypic, it is representation of genetical constitution, how it is made up of. Okay, so what is the exact constitution of that particular character? That is the genotype. And when we say the external appearance, that is called as a phenotype. So these are the two very important concepts. See here, genotype is a set of alleles that an individual has a, see, these are the phenotype and this is the genotype. Okay, phenotype uppercase of letter, in another word we say capital T, while genotype, phenotype is the physical appearance, दिखता कैसे है, while genetical is, okay. So genotype and phenotype, genotypic, phenotypic, the ratio of genotype is genotypic, ratio of phenotype is phenotypic. Okay, so these are very two important concepts, these are very important terminology when we study about the genetics. Next. Okay, another word, homologous and heterozygous. Heterologous. Homo means similar, hetero means different. homozygous. Homozygous means same, hetero means different. An individual possessing identical alleles means similar alleles of a particular trait. Of a particular trait means of a particular character is called as a homozygous. For example, when we say the pure tall, so it is denoted as capital T, capital T. Means in these two, both the alleles are identical. Both the alleles are same. Both are capital. So this is homozygous. When we say the pure dwarf, so small t, so this is a homozygous dwarf. This is a homozygous tall. But when we say the hybrid tall, it is denoted as a capital T, small t. So in these, two alleles are not identical. Two alleles are not identical. Matlab one is capital T, other is small t. So this is not a homozygous, this is a heterozygous. So heterozygous means what? An individual possessing contrasting allele. Matlab not identical, not similar. So here hybrid tall is a heterozygous, means it is a heterozygous tall. This is a homozygous tall. This is a homozygous dwarf. Okay. Next. Next term है pure line character. So when we say the pure tall, pure dwarf, see, an individual or a group of individual. When we say the group of individual, it is called a population. So when an individual or a group of individuals which is homozygous or true breeding for one or more traits, that is called as pure line. Okay. When means P plant, pure tall plant. Pure tall in the sense, this is an individual which is homozygous or true breeding. Okay. So when we say this is a pure dwarf, so this is a pure line dwarf means these two, this individual is a homozygous for or true breeding. Okay. And this is descent of a single homozygous parent produced after the self fertilization. So in short, pure line means homozygous character. Okay, monohybrid. Mono means one. Okay, so when we say the monohybrid, see, one cross is there. When we cross pure tall plant with pure dwarf plant, this is called phenotype. Because we can observe it, either plant is tall or dwarf. So when the character is observable, that is called phenotypic character. So what about the genotype of pure tall? We know dominant is denoted by capital. So capital T here, small t, small t. So these are the genotype. When we cross these two plants, considering how many characters, we consider only one character, that is the height of plant. So single character we consider. So when we consider single character, this is called monohybrid. See, what is the definition? It is a heterozygous for one trait and it is produced from a cross between, see, this is very important, cross between two pure parents. Cross between two pure parents. Pure tall is one parent and pure dwarf is another parent. When cross between two pure parents, considering only one character. Considering this is only one character. So this is called as a monohybrid. Example, hybrid tall produced in cross between pure tall and dwarf plants. See, what is a cross? So this is a one parent, this is another parent, this is the genotype of both the parents. Now this is the gametes. So we can say these are the gametes of parents. Okay. So what will you cross? Capital T, small t. So this is the first generation F1 and this is a heterozygous. Means hybrid. So this is a monohybrid. It is a heterozygous for one trait and produced due to the cross between two pure line characters. So this is a monohybrid. Okay. Another concept, that is a dihybrid. Next. Before that, we will study about the F1 generation, F2 generation. First filial generation, second filial generation. So F1 means first filial. Okay. So it consists of all springs produce offsprings produced from a parental cross. So this is example. These are the parents. So when parents are crossed, we will get heterozygous tall means hybrid tall. So this is F1 means in F when we cross these two plants in first generation, we will get a single, that is the heterozygous tall. So this is the F1, and if we cross these, means if you selfing of this plant, selfing of F1 means capital T small t into capital T small t. So we will get 4 offsprings in second generation, capital T small t, capital T small t. So cross between these two, capital T, capital T, capital T small t, capital T small t, small t small. So this is the second generation, F2. So what about the F2? F2 second generation, the progeny produced by inbreeding, selfing of F1 generation, that is called as a second filial generation. C. When we cross between these two, this is F1, so we will get F2 generation, and when we cross between two pure line parents, we will get F1. So this is the first generation, this is the second generation, this is the F1, this is the F2, this is the first filial generation, this is the second filial generation. Next, when we study about the Mendel's experiment, when we study about the heredity, when we study about the inheritance, so we cross these characters, either F1, either for monohybrid cross, either for dihybrid cross. The one checkerboard method is very effective method. So what is the checkerboard Lyapunov square method? This is the name of scientist who discovered this method. Okay, so it is a diagrammatic representation of particular cross. So this is a cross, monohybrid cross. So these monohybrid cross express with the help of particular manner. So that is called Punnett square or checkerboard method. So see, these are the parents, tall and dwarf, which is phenotype of parents. Tall, so capital T, dwarf, small t, these are the genotypes. So we can say capital T, capital, either single T's like this. We can express the gametes like this. Suppose this is a tall, so we can express the gamete like this, or we can express like this also. Okay, so with the help of checkerboard, we can express the, we can represent, we can show the particular cross, either monohybrid or dihybrid cross. Okay. Next, homologous chromosomes. Once again, homo means same, logos matlab place. Homologous chromosome. What is the homologous chromosomes? See the diagram. First, see the diagram. Homologous chromosomes. This is the sister chromatids. So homo means दिखने में सेम दिख रहा है. Morphologically and genetically as well as structurally, morphologically, genetically and structurally identical chromosomes, morphologically, structurally and genetically similar chromosomes in a diploid cell called as a homologous chromosome. Homo matlab same, logos matlab structure. So morphologically and genetically similar chromosomes are called as a homologous chromosome. So the morphology of chromosome is same, structure is also same, and they are also genetically same. So homologous chromosome matlab structurally and morphologically similar chromosomes. Such chromosomes synapse during the meiosis. See, during the meiosis means during the crossing over, these chromosomes are cross with each other. See the homologous chromosome. This is the one pair, this is another pair. So this pair of chromosome is homologous, this is also homologous. So homologous chromosomes, this is the during meiosis 1, this is the during meiosis 2. Next concept, that is the back cross and test cross. So what is the exact meaning of back cross and test cross? Every test cross is a back cross. Listen, every back cross is a test cross, but every back cross is not a test cross. What I say? Listen once again. every back test cross is a back cross. Every test cross is a back cross, but every back cross is a not test cross. See, tall, dwarf, pure tall, pure dwarf. Capital T, small t, small t. This is the phenotype. This is the genotype. Okay. What about the gametes? Capital T, small t. These are the gametes. And we will get F1 in the form of heterozygous tall. This is F1. So what about the back cross? Cross between, see, back cross means cross between F1 and one of the parents. See, in this cross, pure tall is one parent, pure dwarf is another parent. So cross between F1, this is our F1, and one of the either this or this. So if we made a cross between capital T small t into capital T, so this is the back cross. If we make a cross between capital T small t, this is the F1, and this parent small t, so this is also back cross. But this is a test cross, this is not a test cross. Both crosses are back crosses. This cross is back cross, this cross also back cross, but this is a test cross, this is a not test cross. So what is the difference between back cross and test cross? See here, definition. Back cross is a cross of F1 progeny with any of the parent. Cross between F1 with any of the parent, either this parent or this parent, means either dominant parent or recessive parent. So this is called as a back cross. What is the test cross? A cross between F1 with homozygous recessive parents. This is the one parent, this is another parent, but this is the dominant homozygous parent, and this is a recessive homozygous parent. So cross between F1 and homozygous recessive parent is called as a test cross. So what will be the ratio? Let's चलते आगे. Gametes, capital T, small t. So here only single t. So capital T, and small t. So this is a back cross. Here capital T, small t. Capital T, small t, here small t. So capital T, small t, small t, small t. So this is a heterozygous tall, this is a homozygous dwarf. So ratio is 1:1. So this is called test cross. This is called as a back cross. Okay, next. Next, phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio. Once again. So what about the phenotypic ratio? What about the phenotype and genotype? We will already studied earlier. But what about the ratio? Phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio. So suppose we make this cross. This is F1. So next step is selfing of F1. Means capital T small t into capital T small t. So we will get F2. We can express it with the help of checkerboard method. In F2 we will get 4 offsprings in 2 different ratio. Capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So here capital T, here capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and small t, small. So this is F2. Second generation. So what about the phenotypic ratio? So what is this? Pure tall. What about this? Heterozygous tall. In another word, we can say hybrid tall. this hybrid tall, and this is a pure means homozygous dwarf. So what about the phenotypic ratio? See, phenotypic means external appearance. आपको दिखता कितने हैं, tall कितने हैं? See, 1, 2 and 3. So tall 3. How many dwarf is there? So 1. So ratio is 3:1. This is the phenotypic ratio. What about the genotypic ratio? Genotypic ratio. How many types of genotypes? Capital T 1, capital T small t 2, and small t 1. So there are three types of genotypes. One capital T, other is capital T small t, and next one is small t small t. So 1, 2, 1. So 1 to 1 is the genotypic ratio, while 3:1 is the phenotypic ratio. Okay, clear? Okay. Next, the monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. When we consider single pair of character, that is called monohybrid cross. When we consider two pairs of character, that is called dihybrid cross. Suppose when we consider only height of stem, means capital T into small t, this is a monohybrid cross. And when we consider two pairs of contrasting characters, for example, height of plant, height of stem, and position of flower, means tall plant with axillary flower cross with dwarf plant with terminal flower. So in this cross we consider only one character, only one contrasting character. So because of that, this is a dominant monohybrid cross. And when we consider two characters, so this is called as a dihybrid cross. When consider one character mono, when we consider two characters, dihybrid cross. Okay, thank you.